Marc Despain's wife, Michelle, comes home to find the father of their children shot dead.
My husband.
In the investigation into the murder of the aspiring real estate mogul unearths a diabolical family plot.
It's amazing to me, in a sad way, what family members will go through in order to facilitate something as tragic as this.
Few are more horrified than Marc's heartbroken parents.
I can hear his laugh. I miss him calling me Mom. Hey, Mom, he'd say. I miss that.
Marc's screaming mother, Tana, telling Crime Watch Daily she can't understand why anybody would want to kill her 34-year-old son.
He had a lot of people that loved him, and he is sorely missed. And his kids miss him too.
He was a good father, good son.
Tana also says Marc was a good husband to Michelle, his childhood sweetheart.
They originally met in high school.
And she says they were both devoted parents to their two young sons, along with Michelle's teenage daughter from a previous relationship.
I liked her. As the children began to come along, I thought she was a good wife and a good mother.
Marc, a successful real estate appraiser and property investor, had provided his wife and kids with a comfortable life in an exclusive area of Jonesboro, Arkansas, where they had a lovely home with a pool.
Marc was a go-getter. He was out to make enough money to support everyone and have the things that they wanted in life.
Marc had learned the real estate business from his parents, who had owned hundreds of rental properties.
We all worked together, and we paid him for working with our real estate business.
Before Marc launched his own realty company that Michelle helped him run from their home.
He just always worked hard, whereas Michelle spent money hard.
But Marc liked to indulge Michelle and their children in the best money could buy.
She liked to buy things for the kids, and it was always extravagance.
Including overseas vacations at tropical resorts.
Sometimes 3 and 4 a year to Cancun or, Jamaica.
But Michelle pitched in to help support their rich lifestyle, keeping the books for her husband, as well as working a second job at a local bank.
The more money that Marc made, the more she wanted, the more things she wanted. She liked to associate with people who had money. She liked to rub elbows with the bigwigs.
But the American dream Marc and Michelle had built for themselves would suddenly come crashing down in the most tragic and nightmarish of ways.
What happened to your husband, ma'am? He's dead. Oh, no, he's in the kitchen. Ma'am, I need you to take a deep breath, okay, and tell me what's going on.
A hysterical Michelle calls 911 after coming home from work to find Marc lying shot dead on the kitchen floor.
He's just laying in the kitchen floor?
Michelle is almost incoherent as she tells the operator she's also afraid for her own life.
I don't know if there's still anybody in my house. Please hurry. Okay, I'm going to get him out there.
It initially appears to crime scene investigators that Marc had been killed by a burglar who entered the house through an unlocked rear door.
There were things that were out of place. Drawers open, things on the floor. Someone had tried to go through the house looking for something.
But on closer inspection, Detective Vic Brooks comes to another conclusion.
It appeared to be staged. The more I looked into it, the details, things that should have been taken in a normal burglary were not. There were valuables left, things of that nature, and the crime scene just did not make any sense as far as being a residential burglary.
Detective Brooks says Marc's murder appeared to be hatefully premeditated.
There was what appeared to be one gunshot wound to the left side of his chest, through his shirt.
And a second bullet wound in Marc's head. The kill shot, apparently inflicted from close range after he'd fallen to the floor.
I refer to it as execution style, almost directly between his eyes.
Now, detectives would begin the hunt for the heartless monster or monsters who did it.
You're looking at anybody and everybody at that time.
And that included Michelle, whom Detective Brooks had questioned only briefly at the crime scene.
You're speaking with an individual who's just lost her husband. At that time, she was upset, so I waited until the following day to conduct a formal interview with her.
How was Mark?
Toward me, good. He's good to me.
Michelle tells Detective Brooks the last time she saw Mark alive was when he took her to lunch near the bank where she works just a couple of hours before he was murdered.
You got back to work roughly 1:30?
1:30-ish.
Then, a little more than an hour later, Michelle says she dashed home to retrieve some bills that needed to be paid that day. Only to walk into a bloody nightmare.
And he was laying on the floor. And then, I couldn't see his face because he was kind of looking this way, but there was some blood like all behind his back, running all the way back behind him. I screamed his name, and I went over there and I kind of nudged his leg and I screamed his name again, and he didn't move at all.
Which is when she called 911, sounding almost too distraught to be understood.
I'm going with my neighbor.
And Michelle is about to drop a bombshell that will stun Detective Brooks.
Can you think of anybody that he could have pissed off or that was mad at him?
Next, the unthinkable, as Michelle accuses Mark's father of killing his own son.
For 3 years, we've been looked over our shoulder and scared of his dad.
And she's not the only one who thinks this apparently grieving dad did it.
He just told Mark he's the devil, himself. He's the devil's advocate. Told him that more than once. And he believes it.